any of the opposition that he might have, although it isn't going to be an easy one in the Senate, but he will be the next Attorney General. Any questions you have?
When are you likely to have a vote on the committee?
I can't tell you now, but I can tell you this. We can't move on this, even putting it on the agenda, until inaugural day or afterwards when we get it up here. It's only at that point that we can put it on the agenda. And then, under our rules, any one member can hold it over. So whatever agenda it's on, it won't come up that day. It won't come up until 1 week later.
So this is unlikely to come up on January 20th or that week either?
No.
Senator, one of the issues that came up in the hearing today was about Russia's role in the elections. For you personally, how concerned are you about what Russia has done, and what recourse should the United States take in order to retaliate against Russia?
Okay. Well, of course, who wouldn't be concerned about any nation trying to affect policy in another country? The United States has done that in the past, even going back to beating the Communist Party of Italy in the early 1950s as an example, when it looked like the communists were going to take over Italy. We've been involved in those things. That doesn't make it right, but every country probably does it. But I would say this, that we have to beef up our obstacles so that can't happen again, and that it falls in the area of cybersecurity, and I think that's the best way to do it. But even without cybersecurity, as I indicated to you 50 or more years ago, the United States is trying to be involved in that, and other countries have probably tried to influence us one way or another, even before the social networking.
But there's also some reports out tonight. That Russians may have actually gotten some personal or financial information about the president-elect that actually may compromise the president-elect. One, have you ever been briefed about any information about this? And do you have any concerns about that?
Well, of course, if what you described is accurate, and I don't question that it is accurate, but if it is accurate, yes, and I think the best thing we can do is in the area of sanctions.
Sir, were you stunned when Senator Blumenthal asked if Senator Sessions had received an award from the Klan, and did you think that that was an appropriate question?
I think any question by any of the senators is appropriate. How people react to it is another thing, but every senator is an independent person. He can ask any questions he wanted to. Should he have done it? The point is he made that decision, and I'm not going to question a decision that a fellow senator can make.
So what did you think generally of the way the Democrats questioned? Did you think anything crossed the line? Did you think they were generally respectful? Or
I would have to answer that question by the demeanor of the candidate, of the nominee. And I didn't see anything in his demeanor that signaled that anything was inappropriate.
But Mr. Chairman, the reports that are out tonight are talking about potentially compromising financial and personal information on President-elect Trump that could lead to him being...
Well, I think you better ask me about this nomination. I'm not prepared to answer questions.
Well, but the concern is that it could lead to him being blackmailed. Do you think that Congress has a responsibility to look into whether or not President-elect Trump has personal or financial information or compromise?
Well, I don't understand your question, but if your question is, has the Russians done something that might hurt Trump?
The concern is that the Russians have personally compromising information on Trump where he could be blackmailed. Do you think that Congress has a responsibility to look into whether or not the president-elect can be blackmailed?
Since I don't know anything about that issue, I better not answer it.
Should there be a select committee established to investigate Russia?
There's plenty of committees. Whether there should be a select committee, that's something very unique. But there's plenty of committees that can look into it. In fact, you already got committees looking into it. Now, who has some questions? Who has some questions on the hearing today? I'm not interested in answering anything else. What?
How difficult is it, sir, given the culture of the Senate, to have sort of senator-on-senator crime especially in anticipation of Senator Booker testifying tomorrow?
I can only answer that same way I've indicated before. Any senator's got to make those decisions for himself.
Do you think Senator Sessions?
Additional witnesses tomorrow testify.
What?
You expanded the number of witnesses from like 9 to 17 or something
At the
like that.
request of the minority.
Senator Grassley,
Is it about the hearing?
yes, it's about the hearing tomorrow. Democrats had wanted Senators Booker and Congressman Lewis and Congressman Richmond to go before the outside witnesses you were called, and they said they were, Senator Feinstein said she was disappointed that they will now have to kind of wait until, such as Mr. McCasey and other officials are done with their testimony. Is there a reason why they're going and...
Yeah, because it came, the request came in after we had the agenda already set, so the place to put them was where they are now.
What do you think of the unprecedented nature of Senator Booker testifying against a sitting senator?
Well, I've already answered that. That's an individual decision by a senator, and I'm not going to question that individual decision. Thank you all very much.
Senator Sessions did a...
I get up at 4 in the morning.
I know, you got to run at 4 in the morning.
Do you run in the cold like this?
Is that your bag of snacks there, Senator? It was a long hearing.
Yeah, but obviously I should have eaten more, but I didn't realize I was going to get this press conference here. Let's see, is there anything of mine in here? I don't think. Sorry. Excuse me. Thank you all.
That wraps up the first day of Senator Jeff Sessions' confirmation hearing to become the next Attorney General. His questioning now finished, the Judiciary Committee will turn tomorrow to hear from character witnesses. Among those testifying, a colleague of Senator Sessions, New Jersey Democratic Senator Cory Booker. And taking a look at tomorrow's hearings, day 2 of Senator Sessions' confirmation will get underway.